Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to probably one of my final meditations with Marigny for 2025. So today is December the 30th, and it is Tuesday night. And if you guys follow me on a regular, you can see that I went to shoot pool tonight. I ended up going to shoot because I received a text saying, hey, why don't you come out and get your last butt whipping for the year or something like that. And basically, one of the pool guys, he sent it out to like several of the people on our that shoot with us. So when I got there, it was like four of them already there, and then about three more showed up. But tonight, I want to end this year on a happy note. Like, I am so happy. I won a game tonight. If you go back and you watch the other video, and I kind of want to use that moment to talk about ending this year. And you guys know that my channel is about marriage and relationship and, all the components of love and experiencing love and some of the good things and the bad things, like the ups and downs. And so tonight, when I went to shoot pool, one thing about shooting pool is sometimes when you're playing in the arenas, the men are very competitive. Like when I shoot pool, I'm shooting to win, but I'm also just shooting as a point of relaxation. It's like a decompressor for me. Well, with them, it is more of the hype and it is the adrenaline going and all of that. So I had gotten on the table. If you guys go back and you look at my videos, and my clips were short tonight, but I got on the table, and when I got on the table, I went to win the first game, knocked the 8 ball in, and my cue rolled right on in the pocket behind it. So I scratched. So I lost that game. Beat myself. That's kind of where you beat yourself in those games. And then the second game, I get on the table, and I was up. I think I had 2 balls left, and he had the 8 ball, and he was kind of sitting right on the pocket. Well, what I was trying to avoid positioning him where he was going to have an easy shot for the 8 ball. And I ended up saying, well, either way it goes, he's going to win if I don't make this shot. And I ended up knocking the 8 ball in the pocket on that one. So I beat myself again. And then the third game, he had lost. The particular guy who had been winning. He had a great night, and they were talking to him, oh, you just lucky, this, that, and the other. And I said, no, you having a great night. I'm not going to take that away from you. When you're playing sports like that, some nights you have just a good night. And he was doing so. And so by the time he got beat, the guy who beat him, he is like one of the best players. And so he turns to me and he said, don't take this personal. But because they've been talking so much junk tonight, I'm finna just have to put it on you too. I ain't giving up the table. Which in turn, as a woman who is a former athlete, what it did is I knew I had to play this player at my best game. That meant that I knew I could not make a lot of errors. I had to be accurate on my English. I had to make sure that if I was doing a bank shot, that I was accurate on where the cue hit the ball. Like when you're playing at that level, it forces you to be more focused on how to strategically win the game. And I'm going to loop this back to relationships, y'all, because I think that God just gives me such a beautiful eye to how I can be better in my relationships as it pertains to my athletic abilities. And so, long story short, y'all, I beat this brother with 6 balls still on the table. It almost was a 7-ball shot game. And he had already just lost one game with 7 balls on the table. And he was like, man, I don't know what's going on. Now, this is one of the best players. So if the best of the best is losing, like it just made me really look at things. And I was like, man, I got to be strategic. And I'll be honest, I really didn't have the confidence that I was going to beat him because he is just that good. I've never beat him before. So this was my first time ever winning against him. And y'all, I got to the end. First of all, I had this one bank shot that I hit. And when I hit it, he turned to me and said, damn, girl, he was like, what? You did that? And so then he said, man, I guess I better bring my game up. And then I scratched on I knocked the ball in, but then I knocked the cue in. And he said, there it is right there. That's all I needed. He came back and he still just couldn't get a good rhythm. And when I banked that 8 ball, like normally, y'all know I record little pieces and I'll put little clips out here. I did not record it. And what God showed me, because all the guys were saying, you didn't record it. You didn't record that. You didn't record it. Like, y'all know she always recording. And God was showing me that some things are just for the moment. Like that moment, I won't forget that moment. I won't forget the day that I actually got on the table, had lost 2 games previously, and then I get on the table and I win like that. And what God showed me is that's the way it's going to be winning for you. 2025 was great. 2025, I had some wonderful things that happened. But 2026, that's how you're going to win. That's how you're going to come out on top. And I want to encourage you, if you've been faced with some things and you had some hardships and things of that sort in 2026, take this moment to look at the wins that you did have. But also, one of the things that I saw from how I played that game, because once I won, I gave the table up. I put my stick up. They said, oh, you ain't going to play no more. I said, oh, no. After winning like that, that's what's wrong with y'all. When you win like that, you give the table up. I gave the table up. I went out while I was on top. And sometimes we will continue to play the game when we need to go out while we're on top. But what it made me look at is in relationships, that young man, because his game is so good, what it did is it made me play at my highest level. I want you to catch that. When you are connected to the right partner, you have the right person in your life, you have the right team member, you got the right player that you're playing with. Even when it's uncomfortable, they will cause you to bring your game to the highest level. That is what we want when it comes to relationships. I want the person in my life that is going to polish me, that he's going to say, baby, no, change this right here, move this around right there, do this right here. None of us are at a place where we don't need to have someone to help us to become better. And in good and successful relationships, you want to have a teammate that you trust enough to polish that part of you. This particular guy, like I said, when he said to me, he said, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. I said, oh, I won't. And in my mind, to be honest, I was already kind of thinking that I would not do that well because I know the type of player that he is. So you have to know the type of player that your person is. You have to know that they are somebody that will help you to polish and strengthen your game. And I want to share this because I don't know who this is for, because it's for me, but maybe it's for you. When you're with someone, that's the country in me coming out. When I get excited, the country comes all the way out. When you're with someone that gives you corrective criticism, that you know it could help you to be better, you might want to pay attention to it because it might help you to polish your game that you can win. And then I will also say, and this is just kind of downloading to me now, if you are the person that's giving the criticism, make sure that it's done in a way that your person knows that it's from a place of love. I just believe that that brother, by him telling me this ain't personal, I want you to know it ain't personal. It ain't personal. And by him saying that, I was like, oh God, he gonna beat me. I said, well, don't take it out on me because y'all done got into it. They done got you all hyped. He said, no, don't take it personal. And so it put me in a position where, again, it made me play my best game. You want to make sure that you are on a team with someone that helps you to play your best game. You want to make sure that you are on a team with someone that regardless to how y'all end up, whether you win or lose, draw, that you are together. And you guys know that, I said in 2026, I just know that that's my season. That's my time. I just believe that the season of singleness, I've gone past that for now. And my season of dating and vetting and relationship and marriage is right before me. And I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I believe that God used that game tonight to show me that that's the way that my partner is going to polish me. I believe that he's gonna be able to show me ways that it's gonna make me take my game to another level. And even when it as it pertains to even my YouTube channel or just my podcast or whatever it is that God has for me, that it's going to be heightened because of my connection and my connectivity to him. So tonight, guys, like I'm going to sleep with a euphoric high because I couldn't have did it twice. The way I banked that ball, like everybody in there yelled, like all the guys, they were like, "Whoa!" It was such a beautiful shot. And like I said, they all went into this thing. She didn't even record it. She wasn't even recording it. Because a lot of times when I'm getting ready to do a shot like that, I'll record it. And if I'm honest with you, I think that if I had recorded it, I probably wouldn't have made it. I think that my concentration would have been so high on making the shot, which it was, but it helped me because I did something that I had never done before. And I think that in our relationships in 2026, try to do something that you've never done before. Try to achieve a goal that you've never achieved before. Try something in your relationships that you've never tried before. So if nothing else, guys, I don't know, I may make a video tomorrow, but if not, then this one will be my last one for 2026, 2025, going into 2026. And if I don't get to talk to you guys before that time, I want you guys to have a wonderful holiday, enjoy your new year, and do something different in 2026. Have an awesome day. Bye.